Welcome back, fellow spellcasters, to Witchy Ways for Modern Days. This is Brittany, your host from Winslow Naturals, and today's episode is all about the do's and don'ts of spell work. So, whether you are a baby witch, just trying to get their bearings, or you are a seasoned practitioner, trying to gain inspiration from others, trying to hone in on your craft, this might be the episode for you. So I do invite you to brew a cup of tea with me, wrap yourself in a favorite blanket, and let's settle in as we wander through centuries of wisdom and settle into modern caution as well. So let's start. First, let's be absolutely clear. What exactly is spell work? So in simplest terms, spell work is the practice of focusing your intention and your energy to create a desired change in your world. Whether that change is, it can be internal, it can be external. Spell work is the craft of aligning will, word, and sometimes material, sometimes physical objects. So a spell can be as elaborate as a full ceremonial ritual with candles, chants, meticulously drawn circles, or it could be as simple as whispering a wish over your morning coffee. The bones of spell work are ancient. This is very, very old magic. So spell work is shown and seen on clay tablets from Babylon. It was seen in folklore, folk tales, in the English countryside. So people have always tried to bend reality just a little bit with words and symbols. This is not a new practice in the least. Yet despite how old it is, how old the roots of spell work are, modern spell work has to also breathe and live with us in the present. So modern spell work is shaped by our culture. It's shaped by the internet. The internet was a massive leap. It depends on who you ask, if it was a leap forward or a leap back for magic. And it's also the deep need for meaning. Spell work is inherently born from a deep, deep desire and need for discovering meaning in a world that can often feel chaotic and senseless. Now, let's step into the actual good stuff, right? The do's of spell work. We're going to start with the pros because we're going to be positive today. We're going to be optimistic. So we're going to talk about the do's, the practices that will keep you grounded, safe, and yes, you will be much more likely to get results if you follow these. So, number one, do your research. Never skip your research. Learn the historical context behind a ritual you're doing. Learn about the cultural roots, practical steps for any spell. Some ingredients have toxic properties. Some symbols belong to traditions, living traditions, that deserve respect or are not necessarily meant for certain cultures to use. And some spirits, some deities, some entities are not to be dealt with lightly. So don't consider working with any spirit that you read the name of in a book once without doing your research on that spirit. That's very important. So read widely, read books, find reputable websites, elders like crones in the community. One single Pinterest pin is not enough to go off of when you're like, I'm going to do a spell. This Pinterest pin looks cool. Please don't do that. Try not to do that. While it is nice, usually nice looking and easily digestible is not a good reason to go with a spell that you found randomly on the internet. Number 2, do protect and cleanse yourself. So I want you to think of magic as swimming in a river. Okay? So it's a beautiful river, but there is always the chance of stepping on a sharp stone. There's a chance of drifting too far, the river taking you away. Spiritual hygiene is like a life jacket. So before and after any spell work, you need to cleanse your space and cleanse yourself. So you could use smoke cleansing, salt, clapping your hands, stating intention, however you energy cleanse. We have discussed this before, but there are many ways to energy cleanse. Make sure you do it to yourself and your surrounding energy. And then protection is the very next line of defense, whether that's amulets, wards, protective circles, incantations. This is not paranoia to be concentrated on protection at the beginning. It is a good practice. Try not to skip it. 3, do ground and center. So before you cast anything, I want you to ground your energy. Like I say quite frequently, you can do the roots or the yarn sinking into the earth from behind the belly button. Any grounding practice like this needs to be pretty instinctual for you at this point. This will prevent any energetic burnout. It will help you to focus your will. Scatterbrained, chaotic brain, and spell work don't mix well. So make sure you are grounded whenever you are doing ritual. Do be clear and specific. Vague intentions will generally create vague results. So if you're trying to manifest prosperity, you need to define it clearly. How much prosperity? From where? Where is it coming from? Through what means? This type of clarity will focus your energy, and it will help to prevent unexpected and very undesired consequences. There's that semi-famous story. I don't know exactly how true it is, but the sentiment is there. There's a story of a witch who asked multiple times, repeatedly, for abundance. She did not specify what abundance she wanted, and she ended up with a yard full of raccoons. So she got an abundance of something. I don't think she wanted the raccoons, but who knows, maybe she did. So that's not the type of abundance you'll generally want. So you need to be specific. Don't just say, I want prosperity. All right, that's going to lead to a whole host of interesting consequences. Just be clear. Be clear with your magic. 5, do keep records. So your Book of Shadows or your grimoire or even a journal, these are your best teachers. So record what you did, when you did it, how you felt, what happened, what were the results you saw from ritual work. Over time, you're going to start seeing patterns. You're going to see what works, what doesn't, what might need tweaking. So your personal grimoire, your written account is vital in your work as a practitioner. Just because I do something one specific way does not mean it's going to work for you, because it's kind of like, it's kind of like anything. It's kind of like, how medications work differently for different people. Your energy, your body chemistry reacts differently to spell work. So no one is going to react the exact same. So keeping log of how you react and how your energy pushes back and kind of molds with what you're doing is very important, because otherwise you're not going to really understand how your magic works unless you keep a track of it. Because if you don't keep track of it, it's going to be very confusing, and it's going to take you much longer to feel comfortable in your craft. 6, and 6 is a big one. I want to put 6 in like all caps. Do respect free will. So, ethical practitioners will generally agree. Messing with somebody's free will is very messy business. Love spells aimed at a specific person can backfire spectacularly, or they can bind you to somebody in very unhealthy ways. So, in my opinion, it is way better to craft spells that are meant to help you attract the right partner or to open you to love, rather than to manipulate another person's heart. 7. Do be patient. Magic is not Amazon Prime, guys. Results could come quickly, but often they will manifest themselves slowly through mundane channels. If you cast a prosperity spell, you will still need to check your emails and apply for that job. It's not just going to happen. Not all of the steps for something can happen by you just saying, hey, universe, do this. You're also going to have to do your part, guys. Magic will work best when you partner it with action. Very important. 8. Do use what you have. You don't need to buy every single rare herb. Okay, so folk magic has always been about using what is at hand, what you have. So if you really need an athame or an athame, you can use a kitchen knife. You can use coffee grinds for a potion. You can use strands of your own hair. Some of these things that you intuitively pick up and say, hey, this would be a good ingredient for a spell, often that can be even more powerful than anything herb or spice wise that you can order. Your gut will tell you much more about ingredients than a book ever will. 9. Do respect spirits and ancestors. If you work with deities, spirits, ancestors, angels, guides, treat them like honored guests at your table. Don't treat them like vending machines. Offer thank yous, keep promises, offerings. Remember, they have agency too. They don't have any obligation to help you. So don't piss them off, because they probably won't come back if you do. And 10, do stay humble. So I want you to finally remember in this section, you are a student of magic for life. Magic will humble you in beautiful but sometimes very difficult ways. So keep learning, always stay curious, and keep your mind open, and honor that which came before you. And now let's turn the cauldron over to the don'ts of spell work. Number 1, don't rush it. Spell work doesn't mix well with impatience. Don't try to squeeze in a spell between chores while your phone's going off every 3 seconds with a text message. Magic asks for you to be present. If you're scatterbrained, postpone what you're trying to do. Don't do it when you're chaotic. I mentioned this just a little bit ago. Scatterbrainedness, chaos, ritual, these things don't mix well. The results can be extremely varied and often undesired. 2, don't cast anything when you're highly emotional. Heightened emotion can fuel magic. Yes, absolutely it can. Not denying it. But uncontrolled rage, fear, heartbreak, these can twist your intentions unintentionally. If you're feeling emotionally raw, focus first on your grounding or shadow work if that's something that you feel needs to be done at that moment. When you do spell work with volatile, active emotions, it's kind of like the equivalent of driving drunk magically. So you might get where you're going. Chances are you're probably going to get where you're going. But the wreckage around this is not going to be worth it. So you might reach your destination, but there might be a whole bunch of mess that you're leaving behind you, around you. So I do not suggest it. 3, don't disrespect closed practices. So some magical practices are closed, okay? They are reserved for certain cultures or lineages. So some voodoo, there's hoodoo, indigenous ceremonies. These are not costume aesthetics. They're not Pinterest aesthetics. Using these practices without express permission is cultural appropriation at best. It's spiritual trespassing at worst. 3, don't expect instant gratification. So a single spell is not going to undo years of bad habits or deeply rooted patterns. You're still going to have to do the mundane work. So you want more abundance. Budget wisely. Do a spell for it, but budget wisely as well. This goes back to pairing action with craft. If you want love, you need to heal yourself. Meet people as you're trying to attract that love. Magic will support you. It will support your intentions and your ideas, but it will not replace action. Very important. 5, don't neglect magical aftercare. After you do a spell, cleanse your energy around you again. Ground, rest. Big ritualistic workings can leave you feeling exhausted. They can leave you feeling emotionally drained or sensitive. Drink a bunch of water. Eat. Sleep. Our bodies, our very human bodies, carry that magical spirit, but sometimes that magic can be a bit overwhelming to these very human bodies. So let's treat them well as we possibly can. They're doing a lot to keep up with the spirit. It's a lot of work. 6, don't ignore consent. This is absolutely crucial, so I kind of want to put this one on all caps as well. Just because you can cast a spell doesn't mean that you should do it. Doing a love spell to bend someone's will, or hexing somebody because they cut you off in traffic. These actions may ripple back onto you, so you just want to be cautious. Don't have a hairpin trigger when it comes to quick spells. It's the same thing as having very intentional energy happening. We don't do magic when we feel chaotic. Very important. That's why I kind of keep harping on it. So apologies, but it is very important. 7, don't hoard your secrets for your ego. This is one that's very important to me, very personal to me, so this might not resonate at all with you. Healthy secrecy, so being cautious about what you share about your own workings will protect your own practice. But hoarding knowledge out of ego, lording your knowledge over others without sharing any of it, will stifle community, and it will stifle your growth and other people's growth. So if you can, share what you know, share what you can, learn humbly. People can teach you things. So, for example, for me, I teach what I can, I share what I can. The community that we are building, that we have been able to build, of practitioners, of magical workers, you all teach me something almost every day as well. There is never going to be a time or a place in somebody's life that they are not consistently learning something new. And if someone is not learning something new in practice, at least one brand new thing a week, then your mind is not open. and your heart and your spirit are not receptive. So it's always very important to share what you can and stay open to things that other people might be able to share with you. 8, don't forget safety. Some herbs are poisonous. Some incense or oils can harm pets. Candles, like putting candles near flammable objects or curtains. These are bad ideas. Magic might be an otherworldly experience, but your fire alarm is very earthly. So use your common sense. Do some research before you just bring a bunch of herbs in, or if you, God forbid, ingest an herb without looking it up. Just use your common sense. It's not hard. Google is free. 9, don't depend solely on tools. So the real magical tool is your mind combined with your will. If you lose your beautiful, fancy oak wand, you still have a finger. If you don't have mugwort, perhaps rosemary will do. The power lies within you. It does not lie within your props or your tools. And that is where the mantra, I am the spell, comes from. Everything you need already resides within you. Everything you need already is you. So tools are nice. But if you lose one, or if you don't have one, you can't have one right now, you're perfectly fine. All you need, really, is you. And 10, don't be afraid of mistakes. You will mess up. That is a given. You're going to chant something and mispronounce the hell out of it. There will be a candle that topples or explodes or does something very strange. There will be an intention that backfires. It's okay. Take responsibility. Learn. Adapt. Witchcraft it's practice, but it is not perfection. So to bring some of these lessons to life, I want to share just a few stories with you. Names have been changed, but the truths, I really want you to kind of listen and hear me. So first, I have a friend, let's call her Mira, okay? So she once hexed an ex because he did something terrible to her. He wronged her. She was very, very upset. She did not protect herself when she did this hex. She didn't ground her rage at all. The hex did work, but the backlash was harsh. She had nightmares. There were broken electronics, crazy things that all happened at once right after that hex, and that can all be traced back to the energy that she flung around recklessly when she was very upset and ungrounded. So she learned the hard way. Baneful magic is real. Baneful magic works, but you need to respect it and respect yourself enough to protect yourself. I have another friend. Let's call him Jay. So he lit a prosperity candle. It was green. It was beautiful, dressed with oils. He left it burning overnight. He woke up to a scorched countertop. Thankfully, nothing else. It was just a scorched countertop. But there was something nonetheless. Thankfully, thank God, there was no fire. Now, this is the lesson which has nothing to do with magic. It's the mundane. Don't leave ritual candles unattended. Please don't do that. The universe favors cautious people. So that spell did not work, mostly because the physical, the materialistic realm kind of had to get caught up in the mess. So don't forget about candles. Don't forget about rituals. Let's be aware of what we're doing. And then not everything is a cautionary tale, though. Okay? So one of my very first spells, this is a long time ago, was a very simple jar spell, and it was for confidence. So took some herbs from the kitchen, took a candle that I think I'd gotten at like the Walmart or something, and ribbon, right? Did it up really pretty, how I thought was really nice and cute. I buried the jar in the backyard under a full moon. Did it change my life overnight? No, it did not. But a few weeks later, I found the courage to apply for a job that I had been way too timid to even attempt to try for. So that confidence boost helped me. I did get that job. So a tiny spell that I did caused a big ripple effect that would alter my life and the course of my life through that job that I was almost too frightened to even apply for. So spell work does happen, and it does cause good things, negative things, all the in-betweens. Not everything is a cautionary tale, but we need to express as much caution and respect to the universe as we can. So how do we kind of like weave all of what I've been talking about together? The do's help to keep us rooted, respectful, effective. The don'ts will keep us very humble, safe. They're going to keep us trying to be as ethical as possible. Together, the do's and the don'ts create a dance of modern witchcraft. They create freedom balanced with responsibility. So ask yourself, what do I want to change and why? Be honest. Magic is a mirror to the soul. It will show you your shadows, your dark side, as much as it will show you your light. So start very small. Keep learning. Connect with community if it's possible, if you can. Covens, online groups, anybody that you trust with the craft. And always, always, always honor the ones that came before you in this path and in your bloodline, and honor the land on which we live, this really beautiful place that we are able to call ours. So honor the spirits, honor the plants, honor the dirt beneath your feet, and the wind that helps to carry your ritual words. So thank you very much for walking this path, this episode with me. I hope that you have gained something from it. If this episode did resonate with you, if you could please share it with your circle or a friend. If you're able to leave a review or just a 5-star on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I would sincerely appreciate it. We also have the Patreon, and that is available, patreon.com/Witchy Ways for Modern Days. Go ahead and sign on up. Always leave feedback. I would love to know your own lessons from the craft. If you have questions or stories that you'd like to share so that they can possibly be weaved into future episodes. Until next time, my magical friends, keep your candles tended to, keep your protective circles strong, and keep your magic kind. Have a blessed, blessed day.